is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
Hello, welcome to The World Today on CGTN. Live from Beijing, I'm Pan Dong. We start in the Chinese capital. The State Council Information Office is now holding a press conference to introduce a white paper on China's BeiDou Navigation Satellite System. Let's cross live to the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to today's press conference organized by the State Council Information Office. Today we will release the white paper, China's BeiDou in the New Era. At the same time, we will brief you on details of the white paper. In compiling this white paper, we have fully implemented the Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. And the white paper will share with you the application and outcomes in developing the BDS and share with information on international cooperation in relation to BDS that allowed us to deliver more benefits to people of other countries. And it will brief you on the efforts we have made to contribute to human development. The white paper has three parts: the preamble, the main content, and the closing remarks. The main content contains 6 parts. The first is the new era. The second part is BDS of a world-class standard. The third is a world-class management. Fourth is sustainable development of application industry. The fifth is the modernized management institution. The sixth is contribution to the building of community with a shared future for mankind. The white paper will be published in 8 languages, including English, French, and German. It will be published by the China Foreign Publishing House. And in order to help you know more details about the white paper, we are glad to have with Mr. Ran Chengqi, Director General of the China Satellite Navigation Office and spokesperson of the BeiDou Navigation Satellite System. He will also take your questions. So first of all, some opening remarks from Mr. Ran. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to meet friends from the press again. Thank you very much for your interest in and support for the BDS. In July 31st, 2020, General Secretary Xi Jinping officially launched the service of BDS 3. Since then, we have completed the 3-step development strategy of the BDS and fully entered a new stage of high-quality development. Now the whole party and the whole country are enthusiastically studying the decisions of the 20th CPC National Congress, and that gives us a special pleasure to release the white paper today. This white paper has fully reviewed the history of the development of BDS and shows that we have developed new service capacities, achieved new progress for the industry, fostered a new pattern for opening up, and ushered in a new journey in our sector. First, China's BDS in the new era is a system of world-class standards. China has developed the BDS based on its own national conditions and through independent innovation. Our core technologies are independently developed. We have an innovative system design and quality and diverse services. Our system is functioning steadily and reliably and providing world-class services. All the 30 in-orbit satellites are functioning well. The millions of parts and devices in more than 300 types of the system are all developed in China. And the global position accuracy of the system is better than 5 meters in practice. This standard is better than the designed indicators. We have 6 signature services, including international rescue and search, global SMS, regional SMS, satellite-based augmentation, land-based augmentation, and precise point positioning. We have what others don't have, and we excel in what others have. We have achieved smart operation and maintenance of the system, and in-orbit software upgrade. We have achieved real-time global monitoring and evaluation and release information on the system in a timely manner. The system has operated incessantly and continues to improve its capacity, and is also delivering high-quality and efficient service, contributing to sustainable development. Second, application of BDS has entered a fast track. We have developed a strategy to integrate the development of the BDS into the 14th five-year plan of our country. The BDS is deeply integrated into our infrastructure to empower all sectors and serve all households in China. And this is generating huge economic and social benefits. In 2021, the total GDP of the GNSS and LBS industry has reached 470 billion RMB, with over 20% of average net new compound growth. Our industry chains and supply chains are stable and reliable, and with a stronger foundation. We have developed the full spectrum of chips, modules, antennas, and printed circuit board. We independently developed software and algorithms and established a national authentication system. We sold more than 100 million independently developed chips. And more foreign chips are supporting the BDS. Our sector has provided full coverage for application and scenarios. By the end of June this year, there are more than 8 million vehicles in transport sector that have BDS terminals, and agriculture, forestry, husbandry, and fisheries. There are more than 1.3 million devices and more than 1.8 million devices for public security. Our service is also everywhere in people's life. In the first half of this year, of all the types of smartphones that have internet service in China, 128 of them support a BDS positioning. And such phones are sold for more than 130 million, accounting for more than 98% of total. Now, in 8 cities like Shenzhen, Chongqing, and Tianjin, we have provided lane-based navigation service. And the world's first BDS regional SMS service smartphone has been officially released. The users can access the BDS to send messages without changing SIM cards or numbers or using peripherals. The third, BDS is contributing to the building of a community with a shared future for mankind. We have upheld the idea of opening up and integration to promote internationalization of the BDS. We have signed interoperability declarations with GPS and GLONASS, and continue to consult with the Galileo system on promoting cooperation. Under the framework of the United Nations, we have promoted interoperability and integration with various systems to promote the application of the BDS in more scenarios and deliver more safe, secure, and quality services for global users. We have signed many cooperation documents with regional countries and organizations in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. Since 2016, we have signed more than 50 such outcome documents. We have been strengthening multilateral cooperation and established BDS cooperation forums with ASEAN, Arab states, and Africa. Each year we held the China Satellite Navigation Conference and held China GNSS and LBS annual conference and held international summit on BDS applications. More than 100 international students from 20 countries have acquired master's degrees or doctoral degrees in China, and more than 1,000 people from 40 countries have participated in our navigation workshops. We continue to promote the application of BDS in civil aviation, maritime, mobile communication, and rescue. It is applicable. BDS products are applicable in more than half of the countries and regions in the world. At the same time, in this white paper, you will discover a development blueprint for BDS before 2035. This blueprint will contribute to a more quality, stronger, and more advanced system of BeiDou in the new era to help us build a more ubiquitous, more integrated, and more intelligent national positioning, navigation, and timing system to contribute to our dream for exploring and developing the outer space. We believe that the BDS in the new era will contribute to our endeavor for national rejuvenation and contribute to a better world and a community with a shared future for mankind. That concludes my opening remarks. Thank you. Now the floor is open for questions. Before raising your questions, please identify your media affiliation. Thank you, China News Service. 6 years ago, you released the first white paper on BDS here. So today, could you share with us the changes in this new white paper?
Thank you. The first white paper was published in 2016 when BDS-3 was under rapid construction. Now, 6 years later, BDS-3, the global system, has been completed. And the three-step strategy of BDS construction has been fully completed. And the new white paper on China's BDS in the new era aims to introduce and share its latest development and future vision, and shares development concept and practice, and also relevant experience. The two white papers are in sync with the progress of national development and national rejuvenation. And the new white paper focuses on the latest situation and achievement of the system. BDS-3, namely the global BDS system, is a world-class satellite navigation system. Whether it's constellation configuration, technical system, or services and functions, are all renovated and leaders among all other products in the world. Second, in the new era, China's BDS can provide various forms of services and global measurements. According to our statistics, even though we commit to the world to ensure a 10-meter positioning accuracy, now the real performance is measured to within 5 meters. Also, we can provide faster services of positioning than we promised. Third, we have also improved the navigation systems operation management. As I said, we have ensured zero service interruption, and we have improved the performance of the system and ensure the openness and transparency of the information of the BDS. Fourth, in the new era, China's BDS has been deeply integrated into China's national development and global economy, injecting fresh impetus to global development and the progress of humanity. We have added new chapters in the new white paper, namely the achievement in the new era for China's BDS and the improvement of the level of modern governance of the BDS. First, the completion of the global BDS is a further interpretation of the BeiDou spirit in a greater context, which could be summarized into 4 words, that is, indigenous, innovation, openness, and integration, solidarity, and strive for excellence. BDS core competitiveness is indigenous innovation. Without our constant pursuit of indigenous innovation, BDS cannot be made. And there's no way to talk about making BeiDou a world-class satellite navigation system. Since the launch of the program, we have been committed to the principle to make China's BeiDou a dedication to the world development. And the secret recipe for China's BDS is solidarity. A new national system to mobilize national resources on major events is a unique strength of China's system. And BeiDou always shares the eternal goal of striving for excellence. BeiDou always aims to be a world-class and leader in world navigation satellite system. And the new white paper also offers a panoramic view of BeiDou's future vision. BeiDou aims to build a more advanced, stronger, and better service satellite navigation system. On the basis of that, we'll try to build a comprehensive time and space system that is more ubiquitous, integrated, and intelligent, so as to provide greater benefits to the people and the progress of humanity. Now we have completed the construction of a global satellite system of BeiDou, and in the next step, we'll make it more convenient, secure, and intelligent. Third, this new white paper also shows our progress in the modernization of the governance capacity of China's satellite navigation. We have coordinated security and development and the rule of law in China and beyond. We have also taken an active part in the global governance of satellite navigation. And we'll also speed up the introduction of a regulation on China's satellite navigation. Also, this white paper provides a detailed introduction of the special services that BDS could provide. In particular, the high-precision service and the SMS service of BeiDou are entering people's lives, giving it a especially strong hand to serve the public. Thank you very much. Next question. Thank you. With China Daily, we noticed that many map software have given priority to BDS in navigation. So what are the other high-precision applications of BDS in serving the public? The second question is about the car lane navigation. What is the plan of BDS in this respect? Thank you. Thank you very much. Indeed, I mentioned the high-precision application of BDS. In my opening remarks, I touched upon some of the aspects like the positioning accuracy has been measured within 5 meters. But as we develop, we know that this position accuracy will be outdated one day, and the requirement for precision will be harsher and more challenging in the future. For example, in the future, when we enter the era of automobile and vehicle sharing, we need more and more precise real-time monitoring efforts. China proposed to build a network of ground-based enhancement system, which is compatible with BDS to provide higher precision services. Now China has completed a network of BeiDou ground-based enhancement system and has the capacity to provide industries and public users high-precision positioning services on a real-time meter level, decimeter level, centimeter level, and post-event millimeter level. And the system can realize the real-time positioning of 2 centimeters horizontally and 5 centimeters vertically, and post-processing positioning of 2.5 millimeter horizontally and 5 millimeter vertically. And as the high-precision services becomes more convenient and ubiquitous, we could cover more areas. From the traditional areas like surveying, we have now shifted to other more advanced areas such as precision agriculture, deformation monitoring, smart port, and bike sharing. And we have provided, the BeiDou could provide daily services as many as 2 trillion times. And we have provided high precision positioning services to over 20 million mobile phones in China. And also, Chinese mainstream map producers are also given priority to using BDS. And in 8 cities, we have opened lane navigation based on cell phones. And in the future, we'll try to expand the services to more public users and industries. And also on bike sharing, we have provided BDS services to over 1 million sharing bikes. We know orderless parking of shared vehicles is a menace to city and urban management. So with the help of BDS, the BDS could provide real-time monitoring by establishing electronic fence to make sure that the bikes parked in regulated and certain areas to better improve city governance. Also, 21 smart cars are using BDS. Some drone companies are also using BDS. That's why I said the application of BDS represents the future of satellite navigation system. We look forward to further spreading the use of BDS to other industries. Thank you. Next question, please. CCTV. Since the launch of BDS in 2020, you said the focus of BDS has shifted from construction to operation and management. So in the past 2 years, what has been achieved, and what are the disadvantages that need to be improved? Thank you for your question. On July 31st, President Xi Jinping announced the opening of BDS, and he stressed that we must ensure the steady operation of BDS. So all we have done in the past 2 years have focused on the steady management and operation of the system. And the steady operation management of the system has been treated as the top priority of our work. We have worked with the best talent and the relevant departments of China to improve the system's operation and management. As in our design indicators, the service availability of the system was 99%, which means that there could be 1% of unavailability, and this is an international standard. This represents an average of 84.6 hours per year can be allowed for service performance overruns. And through our hard work, we have improved the service availability of 99% to 99.9%. Although it is only 0.9% higher than the design target, but the allowed service performance time overrun is greatly compressed to 8.64 hours per year. And we are now working toward the service availability of 100%. Though the number difference seems small, but it's a giant leap. We are trying to make the impossible possible. This is the reason for us to achieve zero service interruption in the whole process of running BDS. For example, we have a full range of early warning and real monitoring system to make sure that we can prevent risks. We can find problems before users and find the sign of the problem before they really take place and solve them before they really make an impact. So as long as we detect the sign of the problem, we will issue warnings and reminders to the users while addressing them. We'll continue to follow this practice and make sure that the system is run stably and steadily. Next question, please. Hong Kong Economic Daily. We learned that internationally, BDS will align with China's Belt and Road Initiative to provide more products and services to the overseas market. Can you tell us the progress of BDS international cooperation and what are the future plans? Thank you very much. Since the launch of the program, BDS has been attaching great importance to international cooperation and serving the public of the world. So openness and cooperation is an inherent task of the development of BDS. As we continue to improve the BDS, we have been more deeply integrated in the international cooperation on satellite navigation system. First, we have been in close contact with UNUSA, and BDS is a founding member of the UN International Committee on Global Navigation Satellite System, ICG. BDS is a responsible system and leads the world's development in satellite navigation. We have participated in all previous working meetings and played an active role in shouldering the research of certain topics and organizing relevant fora to ensure that satellite navigation could better serve the humanity. Also, we pay attention to serving the other developing countries with the BDS. Second, bilaterally, we have organized fora and cooperation platforms. We have worked with the satellite navigation system with the US and Europe, like GLONASS and Galileo, to jointly advance world navigation system. We have also signed contract of interoperability with GPS, Galileo, and other world-famous international navigation system. And also we have aligned with the Belt and Road Initiative aligned with the Belt and Road Initiative and worked under this framework with other developing countries. And BRI participants to further advance satellite navigation cooperation. We have organized bilateral cooperation forum with Arab countries, African countries, and Central Asian countries to issue statements, action plans, and application scenarios. And also we have in-depth cooperation with them on training, research and development, and the application of the navigation satellite. Not long ago, we sent delegation to participate in the UAE UN ICG meeting. And the performance of BDS was applauded and highly appreciated by participating members. We have also participated in setting international standards. Like I said, BDS could be widely used in civil aviation, maritime search and rescue, and disaster relief and prevention. And of all 180 international standards, China has accepted all of them. And we're advancing on all fronts to increase our compatibility with international standards. And we have joined the international telecommunication standards. Because of the work in this respect, the BDS could be used by common mobile phone users. Also, we have joined the IMO in 2014 and the International Organization of Search and Rescue. And based on the performance of BDS, we have made our policy recommendations to the IMO. In the past, when one is trapped at sea, the victim cannot send information to ask for help. But we made the recommendation of letting the victim to know what the information for help is. So the information of asking for help becomes a two-way lane. The receiver and the sender could both know what the information is and where the victim is. We have also helped to increase the public awareness of BDS and satellite navigation system. We have invited students, scholars to our program to learn more about our program. Thank you. Next question, please. Southern Daily. Since the opening of BDS-3, what is the operation situation of all satellites? Are there any future plans to send more satellites to enrich the current constellation, navigation constellation?
Thank you. We're now the total number of in-orbit satellites, and there are 40 satellites, including some satellites from BDS-2 system. But like I mentioned, we need to continue to ensure well-functioning of the system, so we have made relentless efforts to maintain the sound operation of the in-orbit satellites. We are also actively advancing the development of backup satellites. So according to our plan, we have laid out construction of backup satellites, and next year we will launch 3 satellites to ensure the well-functioning of the system. Like, as a major country, China has promised to ensure stable service of the system, so we will honor our commitment. Like I mentioned, we will continue to deepen the development of a next generation of BDS. Just assume it will be called BDS4. With the new generation of system, there will be even better service. For example, low orbit communication and mobile communication, and better service in traditional areas such as positioning and timing. Like I mentioned, we were aiming to build a more ubiquitous, more intelligent, and more integrated system. These are 3 easy words, but it has rich contents. We are taking a holistic approach to developing our system. Our plan is to complete the building of such a system by 2035. We hope by that time, whether it's in water, in air, indoor, outdoor, maybe even in outer space, there will be coverage for the Chinese by the Chinese system of space and timing. So by then, whenever you are on Earth, you will be able to access secure, safe, and reliable space and the timing service from BDS. Thank you. Next question. Thank you. The cover. You mentioned that the target is to be a more ubiquitous, more integrated, and more intelligent space and timing system. Could you share with us the detail, the definition of this goal, and what more measures need to be done? Well, so BDS3 is a good system. So will there be a better system? Yes, the answer is yes. So our goal for the next generation of BDS is summarized into the 3 adjectives I just mentioned. So our first area of breakthrough would be constellation. We need to develop more medium to high orbit satellites, and in the future we to build a combined constellation that involves low orbit constellation and medium and high orbit constellations. Well, many people feel that BDS service is very good, but now most of the very good service can only be accessed in China. So can we extend the coverage of this very good service and further enhance the precision of such service? So that's the area and the direction for our efforts in the future. We want to enable access to 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter high precision positioning service for every part of the world. And we have very high confidence for achieving this goal. We hope that we can, by developing this next generation navigation system, we can lead the development of the whole global sector. We want to build a seamless and more ubiquitous system. Like President Xi Jinping mentioned, we need to aim for the outer space. How can we achieve that goal? We need to rely on ourselves. And for the uncharted areas, we believe that with our own efforts, we will be able to make more discoveries. And we hope that through high-quality service of the BDS, we will be able to contribute more to the social and economic development of our country. Thank you. Thank you. Tianmu News. You mentioned that the mass application and public service of the BDS. Not long ago, we have the first smartphone that supports BDS SMS service. Could you share with us how can we access this service in the future? Will there be more smartphones that support such service? Well, thank you for your question. This is actually an area I have huge interest in. SM service by BDS has been for smartphones has been a goal of us for quite some time. The short message communication service is a very important quality and signature of BDS. A short message service, establishing short message service for smartphones is quite a difficult task. First of all, we have to resolve the issue of cost, and also it has to have a separate system. So we used 1 decade to finish this goal, and I want to give credit to our development of our communications technology and our communications operators. With the SMS platform, we will be able to provide that service for. For many operators, including Telecom China, China Unicom, and China Mobile, we solve the problems, challenges such as miniaturizing the terminals for such service, and through many R&D missions, we broke this bottleneck. And now we have been able to use a chip to insert this service into our smartphones and achieve the eventual combination of SMS service of BDS with smartphone technology. And now the cost of this type of chip has been reduced to 10 RMB yuan. Like I mentioned, you will be able to access this service without changing your SIM card, changing your phone number, or using peripherals.
The strength of such system is that even without ground reception and signal, one could still receive SMS and send SMS with BDS. This is a function is particularly useful in unpopulated areas. This is a function that may not be used for someone in a lifetime, but once it's in need, it will be of great use. It will strongly increase the sense of security. It means that with the help of BDS and the SMS service of BDS, the users will always stay connected. And in the future, this service will be accessible to as many mobile phone operators and producers as possible. We expect to see the use of BDS will inject a great momentum and will increase the sense of security for the people, for the industry, and for the companies.
现在我们实现这个能力，如果基于北斗3号的服务能力的话，我们可以确保
And in the current stage, the BDS could ensure this goal in the Asia Pacific,
就是一机在手，走遍亚太，
which means that one phone in hand, worry free in the Asia Pacific.
开创了一个卫星直链手机的一个先例，也是一个有益的。
We have opened a precedent of direct link between satellite and mobile phones.
从这个方面也看，
And this is also a goal pursued by some Chinese phone manufacturers.
啊，谢谢。
And this is an example of innovation-driven development of BDS. Next question, please.
谢谢主持人。海豹新闻记者提问：党的18大以来，作为
Poster news, since the party's 18th National Congress, as a leader of China's export of technological products, BDS has been a world-famous brand used by over half of world countries. Are there any specific examples? Thank you.
刚才前面我在讲北斗
Thank you for your question. When I talked about the international work of BDS, I actually touched upon this area. We engaged in relevant UN agencies and international mobile communication organization. And in this process, we promoted international application of BDS. And our priority, the Belt and Road countries are our priority. This is a requirement of China's status as a major country. And we took the lead in providing services to Belt and Road countries in 2018 when BDS was only basically established. We already started this work. Like I mentioned, we held multiple international training workshops on BDS technologies and applications and invited many international students to study our technology. And now BDS has been applied in more than half of the world's countries and regions. In Saudi Arabia, it is used for surveying, mapping, geographic information collection, and city utilities, and positioning for people and vehicles in deserts. And it is very well used and very user-friendly. And in Tajikistan, BDS was used for deformation monitoring of the Lake Saris Dam to provide real-time continuous monitoring of the dam with a millimeter-level precision. It helped to protect the security and safety of the dam and the people in the region. And in Lebanon, the Beirut port used BDS to do marine surveying for construction. And in Burkina Faso, the government used this high-precision technology of the BDS to provide basic surveying data for construction of hospitals and finished the surveying work within 6 days and saved half of the planned time. That contributed to the local efforts to fight malaria and build hospitals. So we also have stronger cooperation with Russia. We have signed a strategic cooperation framework with Russia for cooperation before 2030. So we are strengthening cooperation on application of navigation systems. And BDS also played a bigger role for delimitation work. And there are many other examples. So in the future, we will continue to promote application of BDS in other countries, and I hope that through media coverage from you, the world will know better about the application of BDS. Thank you. Next question. Last 2 questions. Thank you. Yangtze River Daily. Well, this year, China had a big harvest. So could you share with us about the agricultural application of the BDS? I know application of BDS in agriculture is a topic of huge interest for many of you. And once, like I mentioned, a signature service of the BDS is a high precision positioning. So this is actually applicable in agriculture. Years ago, I had a field trip to Xinjiang autonomous region. I saw the application of high precision positioning. They told me that before this technology was applied there, the farmers and workers had to work for long hours to adjust the routes for the agricultural machines, and that required a lot of efforts. But with the high precision positioning technology application, it was much easier for the farmers and drivers to use those agricultural machines. So the farmer said, what I needed to do was just pull the wheel when the machine needed to turn. For the rest of the time, I just need to rest. So in seeding, pesticide spraying and harvesting, all in the whole process, the technology was applied. So the planting process could use the technology as precise as with a precision level of less than 2 centimeters. So the application of BDS technology helped them reduce the intensity of farming work and reduce the cost of time and money. And now the BDS is comprehensively empowering our agricultural production and becoming important force driving modernization of agriculture. According to some initial numbers, now we have more than 200,000 agricultural machines based on BDS. So in the autumn that just passed, we have seen many smart machineries such as autonomous planters, plant protection UAVs, and autonomous harvesters based on BDS used during the past harvest. And in provinces like Hebei, Henan, Shandong, Zhejiang, and Jiangsu, the BDS played an important role in the harvest. So I believe that in the future, the high precision positioning service of BDS will provide strong support for the modernization of our agriculture. Last question. China Radio, national radio. Well, now the BeiDou system has become a new pole of growth. You mentioned that there are many new industries that were empowered by the BeiDou system. Could you share with us more examples? So the BDS system actually is everywhere. You can access it whenever you want. So there is a saying in our sector that the application of global navigation satellite is only restrained by the imagination of humanity. So actually, scientifically speaking, everything we feel and see are not quite so precise. So it is the development of technologies that help us gain a more precise feeling of space and time. So for application in different sectors, I think it is very hard for me to find an industry or sector that does not use such navigation services. So BeiDS is able to integrate with all kinds of technologies such as cloud computing, blockchain, and other latest technologies. What we want to do is to provide services for all households. And I want to say that in the future, all the advanced technologies, products based on advanced technologies will be able to insert BDS services. In 2012, we carried out a demonstration program on application of the BDS. The target we set was providing service for 79,000 vehicles. But like I mentioned, now we have providing service for more than 8 million vehicles. So more vehicles, more smartphones, and more industries are entering the coverage of BDS services. We are providing more services for more people, and we hope that more industries will pay greater attention to the potential of using BDS service. So I hope this have answered your question. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Dan. Thank you, friends from the media. That concludes our press conference today. Thank you.
That was a press conference from China's State Council Information Office releasing the white paper on China's BeiDou Navigation Satellite System in the new era, introducing the development and achievement of China's BDS in the past 6 years and also its future plans, including international cooperation. Now, for more insight, let's cross live to Dr. Shen Jun in Beijing. He's the chief scientist of Beijing Unistron Science and Technology. Thank you very much for joining us, Doctor. So from this press conference, officials have described self-independence and indigenous innovation is the core competitiveness of China's BeiDou satellite navigation system. Tell us, how does this core competitiveness reflect on the final product?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. In my personal opinion, the BDS itself is the most complicated system China has been built ever so far. And for those, there are many breakthroughs have been made, such as hybrid satellite constellation, inter-satellite links, and innovative signal system. For those most advanced technologies, as we understand, it's the top secret for every country or every system provider. So the self-independence is very important in the process of the BDS development. During the past 30 years or so, many breakthroughs have been made by the Chinese scientists. For example, BDS possesses innovative designs such as hybrid system satellite constellations, inter-satellite links, and innovative signal system, regional services provided by the GEO and IGSO satellite enable users in the Asia-Pacific region to enjoy better services. Another thing is that in addition to the PNT services, namely positioning, navigation, and timing services, BDS also integrates other 6 types of services, such as global short messaging service, search and rescue services, and inherited the regional short messaging services, satellite-based augmentation services for the aviation users, and etc., which is unique and innovative in the GNSS family. And BDS had embarked on a path of high quality, cost-effective, and low-cost and sustainable construction and development for the satellite navigation systems.
Now, having said that, let's talk a little bit more about a global short messaging service of the BDS. It's according to this press conference, it's the only navigation system in the world can provide report back service. That means when you send out a kind of SOS signal from the system, you can actually get a report back on that message if it's received or not. How significant is this?
Yes, actually, compared with some other navigation satellite systems, what we call the two-way communication short messaging service is very unique and has been proven very useful for the users. For example, in 2008, during the Wenchuan earthquake, where almost every ground infrastructure had been destroyed, and the first stressing call from the site of the earthquake is from a BeiDou short messaging device. And also another very important, very famous applications is use this kind of functionality in the fishery business. Many years ago, when the fishermen went out for fishing and it basically disappeared, vanished in 3 or 4 months. Hopefully, 3 or 4 months later, the fishermen can come back safely. But after equipping with BDS short messaging device, not only the fishermen can constantly communicate with their family, with their management in real time, and also the management can lively monitor the position and status of the fishermen. So nowadays, in China, there is a goddess for the fishermen called Mazu. And with the introduction of the BDS short messaging devices, and BeiDou has become the second new goddess for those fishermen.
Now, clearly, Doctor, you're in the sci-tech industry, and the press conference also mentioned the importance of building this comprehensive industrial chain as well as a supply chain based on the BDS. Tell us, how long are those chains right now, and have you personally participated in a link on that long chain, maybe?
Of course. For any systems, and not only space system or any system, applications are very important. And if nobody uses the system, the system is worth nothing. Currently, the Chinese government attaches great importance to the industrialization of the BDS applications and has incorporated promoting the high quality development of BDS industries into the nation's 14th five-year plan. Presently, BDS has been deeply integrated into infrastructure enabling all walks of life and reaching millions of households, generating significant economic and social benefit. BDS has been applied in mass market applications, survey and mapping, precise agriculture, digital construction, transportation, meteorology, and etc. By the end of last year, the total output value of China's satellite navigation and location-based services has reached 470 billion yuan with average annual growth rate over 15%. And many companies in the satellite navigation sector, like Unistrong, the company I worked with, have grown up from startup companies two influential companies, not only in the world, but also not only in China, but also in the world.
Right, Doctor, now let's talk a little bit more about the international application and cooperation of the BDS. The press conference says that many Belt and Road participating countries have applied the BDS technology into their daily use, like infrastructure and construction. Now, tell us why this matters so much to developing countries, a precise and low-cost navigation system.
Okay. At the beginning, in the process of the BDS development, we always say Chinese BeiDou, world BeiDou, and first-class BeiDou. BDS has been working closely with other GNSS providers to provide compatibility and interoperability among the systems. For the developing countries, I guess they are looking for not only the performance of the satellite navigation system, but also the cost effectiveness. And the BDS, some unique features such as multi-signal service, and for example, the PPP service, built-in PPP service, and SBAS services for aviation users, not only gave them another option for when they choose satellite navigation systems, but also combined BDS with other systems can provide much better services for them. I think those are the major reasons why they choose BeiDou.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shen Jun in Beijing. Now let's take a quick look at how China's BeiDou satellite navigation system came into being.
China started to build its own navigation system in the 1990s. It was named BeiDou, after the Chinese term for Big Dipper constellation. Its development has gone through 3 stages. The first BeiDou system, officially known as the BeiDou Satellite Navigation Experimental System, was launched into space between 2000 and 2003. It consisted of 3 satellites, mainly offering services to users in China and neighboring regions. The experimental system paved the way for China's venture into an independent navigation system. The second generation of BeiDou system, officially called the BeiDou Navigation Satellite System, or BDS, was built in 2012. It consisted of 14 networking satellites. In 2020, we've seen the launch of the last batch of the 30 satellites in the third generation system, completing the global constellation deployment of BDS. During the construction and operation process, 55 navigation satellites were launched in total, and their service range expanded from China to the Asia-Pacific region and then to the whole world.
Those include a hybrid constellation of 3 orbits that enables our country's navigation services to be extended globally, while providing better, high-quality navigation and positioning services through GEO and IGSO in and around our country, as well as a variety of unique services.
BeiDou has also creatively combined navigation with communication.
The BeiDou system can tell its users where they are and also broadcast its location, letting others know their location.
According to a statement by the official website, a more ubiquitous, integrated, comprehensive, and intelligent national positioning, navigation, and timing system is scheduled to be established by 2035. 1 CGTN.